Okay, so now we're going to be looking at the different types of data that we can come across and how we sort those. So the two types of data that we work with are numerical and categorical data. And if we break down the name numerical, it's got num in it, similar to numbers, and that's exactly what numerical data is. It's working with data that is to do with numbers. And a really good example of that is, say, looking at people's heights. You can either be 120 centimetres tall, 1.4 metres tall, but either way, whatever your height will be, that answer is a number. Categorical data is where we're looking at, as the name again suggests, data that falls into categories that are already set. So if we say we're looking at TV shows and your favourite TV shows, there's only your only answer can be a certain category. You can't answer with the number 1 unless there's a show called 1, but it's going to be an answer something like the news or The Voice. Your answer isn't going to be a number. So these are examples of categorical data. We also started looking at interpreting graphs as part of our guaranteed curriculum. And one of the types of graphs that we deal with is pie graphs. Now, a pie graph is a representation of data as a percentage out of 100. So a bar graph altogether adds up to 100%. It's all the data that we collected or all the people from the survey. So this graph here has got 50% of people preferring one type of topic, 25% for another, 13% for another. And if we wanted to find out what this segment in here, what percentage that is, then we need to find out how far off we are from 100 with our current data. So we'd go 50 plus 13 plus 25, which gives us 88% is already represented. So 100 take away 88 is 12%. And that must be what this segment in here is. Now, looking at our types of data that we use to make pie graphs, we use categorical data to make pie graphs. We can't really use our numerical data and put it in a pie graph. What we can use our numerical data for is our column graph down here. And I've got one already drawn up for you. You're pretty familiar with these and you've been creating these for a while. I've got students' names down the bottom and some frequencies on the side. You probably noticed I'm missing a few labels. This, to get full marks for this graph, you would need a heading up here, a heading here, and a heading here. If I had a question interpreting this graph and say it asked what is the difference between Emma and Jane, I don't just say 5 and 2. When we're looking at the difference between something, so Emma's score being 5 and Jane's score being 2, it's the number that results from subtracting them. So 5 take away 2, the difference between the two of them is 3.